You could always go out and draft a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen in the 3rd round, but taking a quarterback that early might poke some holes in other aspects of your team. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys my top late round quarterbacks that you guys could use to win your leagues. The first quarterback on this list for me is going to be Geno Smith, and I don't truly understand why he's going in the 9th round. He has one of the best supporting casts in the NFL. He has a pretty good roster compared to other teams. He has JSN, he has DK Metcalf, he has Tyler Lockett, he's got Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet. He's got a lot of options there, and there are reports coming out of Seattle saying that they want him to pass the ball a lot more this season. He finished as the QB5 last season, and he had the highest completion percentage in the NFL at 68%. He also gives us sneaky rushing upside that other quarterbacks at this ADP don't have, and we love having rushing upside because it gives us a little bit more fantasy points every week. The next late round quarterback we have to go through and take a look at is Trey Lance, and nobody has been talking about him recently, and let me explain why he's a good pickup at this ADP. We have to remember that Trey Lance was a top 3 pick in the 2021 NFL draft, and I find it really hard for the 49ers to just sit him and get rid of him for the year. Now, he might not be super good in real life football, but he can still be relevant in fantasy football with the amount of rushing upside that he brings. He's essentially a Josh Richardson, but in the 16th round, and that value is crazily good. He's getting drafted next to guys like Desmond Ridder and Josh Downs and Mac Jones, which are clearly a tier below him in talent. Now, yes, there is still a chance that Brock Purdy does and come play some games for the 49ers this season, but if you are worried about that, you might as well draft them both, because at this ADP in the 16th round, everybody is boom or bust at this point. Moving on to our next quarterback that you can look at drafting this late to give you some potential is Kirk Cousins. Now, he might not give you a Josh Allen level talent or that high of a fantasy week, but he is ultra consistent and he's going to give you some points. He is playing with the best weapons in his career in Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, and TJ Hawkinson. Yes, they did lose Dalvin Cook, but the running back position is relatively replaceable. Now, I'm not saying Alexander Madison is going to be exactly what Dalvin Cook was, but in quarterback terms, the running back isn't super important in their production. Cousins is being drafted in the 9th round, pretty much next to Geno Smith, but he has finished as a top 11 quarterback over the past 3 years. If you missed out on any high-level quarterbacks and he fell to you, he is a great option to pick up. Now, this next player is an extremely ugly pick. I am going to warn you, you probably didn't expect to hear this name, but I'm going to talk about Russell Wilson. Now, I know a lot of people have completely written Russell Wilson and this Denver Broncos team off, but let me explain to you why I think he might be a good pick at his position, and you can make the decision for yourself. He's going as the QB 20 in the 11th round, and he's getting a whole bunch of upgrades on this team. He's getting a coaching upgrade, and his team is hopefully going to be healthy this year. And he has a lot better of a supporting cast than a lot of people think of them to have. I mean, they got Jerry Jeudy, they got Cortland Sutton, they got Javonte Williams, they got Greg Dulcich. I mean, that's a lot better than most of the other quarterbacks in the NFL. He's also got a little bit of that rushing upside, and you can make the argument that there really isn't any way that he could get worse. I mean, he was an MVP at one point in his career, so if you do like to play it risky, you can definitely take a look at him. I mean, there really is no downside to drafting him this low. But that is going to wrap up these top late round quarterbacks that you guys should be looking at in your draft, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.